Hey, YouTube, what's up? This is Reluctant Nabi back again. My news and views and my views on some of the news. All right. And the title of this one is going to be Let the System Black Women Use to Judge You, Judge the Black Women. And this is to you, black men. All right. So, to us black men, the system that the black women are using to judge us, let's use that system on them. And this idea came to me as I was reading. Y'all know I read my most of the comments, and basically I read them just in case uh, some of the people from some of them women or simps come and try to harass some of the people that's trying to have good dialogue on my channel. All right, and if you notice, like some of you've been getting into it with some of these people, and I just delete them, right? Especially when they make personal attacks against you. I delete them when they make personal attacks against my the people commenting, and when they make personal attacks against me. I just delete them. So so some of you fellas just beware of that. So you don't have to tarry and argue with these um evil women and simps for too long, right? I can see a lot of time I see when they call you simp or the coon and stuff like, I just go on ahead and delete them. All right. So having said that, I'm in the habit of really reading all of my comments. I'll reply to most if they're directly directed at me. But some of the times, I'll thank somebody if somebody say good video, and some of the times I don't reply is because they've said it all. I mean, what can some people say stuff that what can I do to add more to what they said? You know, so that's basically it. So first, let me get with the pleasantly. Oi to the bane. Bawani, Kedu, Konnichiwa, Vasses Los, Bonjour mes amis, and Oi to the bank. All right. And hello to the rest of y'all. So, Michael S., he wrote this comment um, uh, this morning when I got up. If any woman yells at me, hits me, shoves me, or even threatens me with violence, I am calling the cops. FBI, NSA, CIA, and the UN. So he calling everybody. I am airing you out immediately to the world repeatedly. All right. And I will never stop until you're in prison forever, period. Don't even think you're going to argue with me for more than 5 minutes. So yes, we can win. I keep it all written in words and conversations with women. I was seeing a woman with an open child service case, and she had told me about what had happened and how she lost her children. Later on, she was arguing with me on the day I was losing, so I exposed her nonsense. She threatened me, talking about having me beaten up. I told her that if anybody touches me, threatens me, or if anything happens, I will have her put in jail and contacted by child services and tell them about the incident. I am not playing with no black woman about anything. So they better be on their best behavior at all times or stay clear of me. I suggest everyone to stay clear of idiots who think they can do what they want to people. I suggest you do not listen nor entertain their illogical bull, and you can fill in the blank. At the same time, if you men have issue with black women, just leave them. Do not hit nor grab them for any reason. Do not debate or argue or make threats to them. Stop lying to them, period. Or basically, he should have said stop lying with them, period. All right. Then he says just walk away, just leave. Leave them. All right. Now he posted this on my video where I put the thing where the uh the black girl was beating a man, and then he just put her in check, right? And basically, his point is keep evidence, videotape everything, and um, after you videotape everything, videotape your arguments, keep records of if you find that this woman just argues and BS's like that, just videotape it, right? I had one that was harassing me, fake pregnancy, um, and all this stuff. And what I did was I saved all the emails, and I still have all of the emails saved. Is because I know this woman means me no good. I know she comes to my channel, thumbs down. I keep wondering who's this one woman that thumb down every video that they come to. And so I don't trust nobody like that. I don't trust nobody that tries to set you up to try to get you to be with them um, when all they had to do was act right. You know what I'm saying? So if a woman could act right, if a woman could sit her behind down and let the man that knows what he's doing take the lead, then they wouldn't have to use trick like fake pregnancies and stuff like that. But that's what she did, and I still got the videos. I mean, the still got the evidence. Fake ultrasound picture. I'm a lab tech. I know what ultrasound looked like, right? And this was way fake. All right. And so basically I kept all that. I kept all my emails. And I do that just in case it comes up. And I don't deal with that woman anymore. And anyway, I'm cordial, but I won't deal with that woman anyway. Because that woman tried to set me up. All right. And so I no, I'm not doing it. You only have to tell me once. You don't have to tell me. There ain't no three strikes you're out with me. It's one time. I'm done. One and done. One and done. Like the final, like the NCAA tournament. One and done. You got one time to do something like that to me, and I'm done with you permanently. All right. God's not in you. You're evil, and that's the way I think about it. So I'm done. All right. So let's move on. All right, this happened in Philadelphia. Um, and this is going to pertain to the rest of this. 3 women in Philadelphia will face a judge next week for the murder of a homeless man who they allegedly attacked in the most savage manner imaginable with the assistance of several children because one of the woman's sons falsely accused the man of hitting him. 3 women and 3 juveniles have been taken into custody since they were arrested in April for the gang assault of Barnes, who remained in a coma until he died November 25th. The death was ruled a homicide by Alexander Balaki, chief of medical investigator for the Montgomery County, who said Barnes died of complications from blunt impact to the head. It was later revealed that the boy had fabricated. Now, understand this. Why would this boy fear his mom that much? The boy had fabricated that assault to explain an injury he received falling from his bicycle. He had argued with Barnes earlier in the day, but concocted the story as an excuse for coming home late. The brutal attack ended when the woman seen in the video wielding a chair leg, who inflicted the most obvious damage, who police say is Gilliard, retrieved a boy who had returned for a few more kicks. She pulled him to the waiting minivan, and the group makes a very professional looking getaway. Here's a couple of things that I want to bring out about this story. This child was so afraid of the black woman, his mama black, that was raising him, that he made up a story about how he received the injury from his bike. All right. What he was doing at the gas station is Barnes was going around asking people to pump gas, and the little boy was competing with this homeless man for money, to pump people's gas and, get a little change, a hustle, right? And and so the boy had to make up a story because he was that afraid of his mother. And then it just to prove his point that he should have made up the story show how violent these black women are, where they beat this man to death. Oh, it shows you how irrational black women are, how they don't seek justice, how they don't seek the truth, that they run off half cocked at anything because you can't tell their child nothing. Their child is infallible, just as infallible as the lying heifers that they are. Learn a new word by watching one of my videos. So that one of the dudes said heifer. But anyway, so and there you have it, right? And so this boy was for fear of his mother, and rightfully so, because black mothers have hit us black men with anything because they're not a man. They don't have our strength, so they would hit us with anything. They want to steal the position of the man without being able to handle the responsibility that comes with being a man. Let me repeat that. They want to steal the position of the man without being able to handle the responsibility of being the man. So, fighting or hitting a man does not place a child in imminent danger. Record violent women. Excuse me. What I mean to say does place a child in imminent danger. So you record these women. So understand this. Fighting or hitting a man does place a child in imminent danger. Record this woman, and then you report her behind the CPS for neglect. That's how you get them. Get that child out the house. They use the child for money, education, housing. These black women use these children for everything except to raise them, to show them love, to have a good father in the house. Look at these black women that attacked this man. These are the 3 black women that took the 3 children and that attacked the man in the video that you saw prior to this. Look at them. There's nothing good or beautiful about these women. They are as ugly as their mentality. Now, here comes the surprise. According to a CDC study, more men than women are victims are part of partner abuse. All right. And in the report, pause this and just read the report. And I'll stay here for a minute so that you could, it won't be out of focus, right? So you could pause this and read it. More men than women were victims of intimate partner physical violence within the past year. This is the Central for Disease Control, or Centers for Disease Control. Oh, and the U.S. Department of Justice. All right. Now, let me show you the okie doke that they do. The cracker food, especially when it comes to men. And I'll show you on the next slide how they do this, right? But within the last 12 months, they estimated that 5,365,000 men and 4,700,041 women were victims of intimate partner physical violence. All right. Now, what we're talking about is intimate partner physical violence. We're talking about relationship violence. We're talking about spousal abuse. We're talking about the things that everybody say only happens to women, where women have all these things and all these people speaking up for them. All right. And the reason why nobody speaks for the man, or there is no one talking about the women should go to jail, and like, what is it? MoveOn.org and all these people talking about domestic. And that's what we're talking about when they say this is a fancy thing for domestic violence. It happens mostly against men. Understand, it happens mostly against men. But these women organizations only want it halfway. They don't want the truth to get out. And I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you how they hide the truth. Now, if one adds in rape, which is what they do, right? The rape victims were 606,000, right? And what these women organizations does is rape is separate from domestic violence. All right? And so, and what they do is they put the rape total in with the women's domestic violence total, and they say that anything that happens to women is considered domestic violence. And so that pushes the number of more women being part of domestic violence above men, right? But when you take out the rape, they are less. And even when you add rape, we're still at 40% that of women. It goes to 5,400,000. For us, it's still 5,300,000. So 100,000, right? Now, think about this. Not all rapes are domestic violence. All right, it might be someone you know, but rape is rape, right? And it's not it's violence, but we're talking about domestic violence here. Women beating up on men, men beating up on women. More women beat up on men than men beat up on women. Basically, that's the bottom line. Only 4 point something million men beat up on women, but 5.3 million women beat up on men. All right. So men have been lied on. Oh, here's the other lie. According to child welfare studies, mothers are almost twice as likely to be directly involved in child maltreatment as fathers. Mothers are more likely to abuse or neglect their children than fathers. Now, the person writing this is, I agree with those who say that the numbers are such because women are usually more involved with the children. And as single parent homes are on the rise, women are increasingly the single parent. They become overrepresented in the numbers on child abuse. Increasingly, interestingly, when the former Minnesota Viking NFL Hall of Famer Chris Carter spoke of being a victim of child abuse, he revealed that it was his mother who was the abuser. His central point about child abuse was well received, but the fact that it was his mother that was the abuser was either largely ignored or thought to have been of no consequence. So when females do violence to their children or men, is no consequence, even though they do the worst violence, or it is ignored. Y'all understand this? This is the big lie, right? This is also a result of the single mother, black mother, single independent mother household. This is the direct result of it. This is the direct result of not having a good man in the home. All right. It says, meanwhile, one could also say that black males are overrepresented in the terms of homicide rates for various reasons, unemployment, education, but the reasons why they are killed don't make them any less dead than any other homicide victim. You see the point that they're making? It's the same argument that they're making about the women, but they're saying it don't make them any less dead. It doesn't make those children of that women are abusing any less abused. Oh, here's another point. When children are left with men, even single men, they are less likely to be the victims of domestic violence, of child abuse. Single black fathers and men tend to not abuse their child when the child is left with them. You know when the child is in the most danger of molestation and all the rest of that stuff? When the single independent black mother is the gatekeeper. She's the one that let Uncle Ray Ray and them abuse the child. You see what I'm saying? She's the one that allows all that to happen. Because she's the gatekeeper. Everybody knows weakness. When a man that cares about his child is raising them, he's the gatekeeper. All right, then, and people recognize that's a force to be reckoned with. Oh, by the way, black girls are 4 times more likely to start a fight than boys. Black girls are more violent than boys. Between 1989 and 1998, girls' arrests increased 50.3%. You see what I'm saying? During that same time, during that same period, arrest of girls for serious and violent offenses increased by 64.3%. In 1997, the violent crime rate for girls was 103%, and it is twice that today. Here, this is the result of your single mother, independent household. I don't need no man. I got a degree. Here's the result of it. So here's my final thoughts. All right. The reason why I took in my nieces, I didn't even think about it because they needed a chance. All right. Brothers, we need to go get these black children out of the system. The brothers that can. And I'm serious about this. We can do a lot of good if we raise these children to be good boys and good girls. Not the women. Black women need to leave them alone. The brothers we need to do it. I think we can improve the lives of those children and we can improve our community. And believe it or not, it will do something for us. It ain't going to get us any dates anytime soon. But I mean, it's a decision that each brother individually would have to make. I'm just putting this out there. We need to get them out of the system. We need to train them our way, meaning the way of black men. We need to give them our direction and our spirituality based on our consciousness. All right. That's what I believe needs to happen. We could build a community from that, for that, from that. And then brothers that do that, we need to make our own community. We need to communicate with each other. We brothers that's raising children, whether in a marriage, whether we're single, we need to stay in touch with other brothers that's raising children. You know, that support system, so that the children will have a place to go and play. They don't play with these single mothers that's bringing Pookie and Ray Ray and them all up in the house, and then they raping your daughters. They're raping your nieces and stuff like that. We need. I don't like when these girls play with with the children of single mothers. They always seem to come back a little more corrupted. All right. So this is my thing. Um, they don't stay the house over. They don't stay the night over any single mother's house, and they're friends that they have that where there's a mother and father that I know and get to know personally. They can stay the night over that house, but that's it. You see what I'm saying? That's what we need to do, brothers. That's a solution for these children. We need to get them, not them white people, not them gay couples, because them gay couples are going after these children. These are black children. We need to get them and save them from these black women and these gay white women and these gay white men. I'm serious about this. And with that said, I'm out.